YouTube. Hope everybody had themselves a happy holiday. My holiday was spent moving, and that's why I haven't made any videos in a couple weeks. I decided to move right in the middle of the holidays, and if I had to do it over again, probably would have chose a different time to do that, but it's all done now. So what we're going to do today, we're going to look at an old vintage 22 rifle, and what we have here, this is a Remington Model 121 22 rifle. And before we get started, I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to show you there's nothing in this rifle, and then we are clear to make this video. So what we have here, this is a Remington Model 121 Fieldmaster 22, and this is a pump action 22 rifle. I'm going to show you some of the close-ups of it. And if you look right here, it says Fieldmaster Model 121, and you see the Remington marks right there and the serial number. And then right here on top, it says 22 long, short, or long rifle. So it will shoot any of the 22 ammunition that there is. So what is this thing? This is a pump action 22. So pump action means this forearm moves back and forth. So when you move it back, it ejects the spent shell out of it, cocks the internal hammer, which you cannot see. It's concealed by this receiver. And when you slide the forend forward, it chambers a new round. If you'll notice, when you slide this, the magazine tube and everything moves when you work this action. So this is a tube fed, like almost all pump action weapons, tube fed magazine. So you have to load these one by one in here, and I believe this magazine holds about 14 rounds of 22. This one has a crossbolt safety on it, so that's how you would put it on save for fire. And what do you use this for? They were used for mainly like squirrel or rabbit hunting, very, very small game. And that's why a lot of these are in really rough condition when you find them. This one's in relatively good shape for how old it is. This one was made between 1939 and 1940. So this is around, 85 years old, give or take. This is a takedown version, so it has the little coin screw right here. I'm not going to take it apart on YouTube because their joyous policies will flag me if I did it. But you take this loose and this comes apart in two pieces, so you can carry this like in a backpack or something like that. Make it easy to carry around if you're using it for hunting. The sights on it are adjustable on the back, up and down, so you can adjust where your point of impact is. This gun's pretty accurate. Now, why would you choose a pump action rifle? Well, it's very simple, folks. If you're out hunting, this gun's a lot faster than a regular bolt action rifle or even a lever action rifle. And the reason being is, if you have your finger on the trigger, well, let's release this thing real quick. We'll take a shot with it. If you have your finger on the trigger and you want to cycle this real fast, you just pull back, release, and reload it, and your finger never has to leave the trigger area. So it makes it a lot faster if you wanted to rapid fire this thing. Faster than a bolt action gun and a lot faster than a lever gun because you have to remove your finger from the trigger area and you don't have to lose your point of aim very much. You're not going to have a lot of recoil with this because it's a 22, so you could actually shoot this thing like fairly fast. Now, these things are pretty common around, they're usually pretty beat up, but I looked it up, and between 1936 and 1954, they made about 200,000 of these, and that is a ton of them, folks. So you do see them around. They're not super common, but you do see these laying around a lot. Very great gun for target shooting, like small game hunting, stuff like that. And I think everybody should have at least one pump action rifle or shotgun in their arsenal. I know I have a couple of them, and I'm a big fan of it because of the reliability of it. But this gun was replaced in 1955 by the Remington, I think it was 572 Fieldmaster, and it was preceded by the Model 12, which a lot of people think is a lot more sought after in the Model 12 22 pump action. But very neat gun, not too rare, not too terribly expensive. They're a little bit more pricey than they used to be, but of course it's an antique and people think antiques are super valuable. But if you have any questions on this pump action 22, I mean, feel free to ask. I'm not an expert on them. I'll compare it to a couple other 22 rifles and show you the action differences, some of the advantages and disadvantages of how they work, and we'll see which one we think's the best. But anyway, folks, thank you very much for watching my video today. I'm glad you folks had a happy holiday, and you folks have a great day.